Hello and welcome everyone to your Thursday edition of the Daily 8 on the News 8 Live Desk. Phil Penarski here with some of the top stories you need to know for your day. We'll take a look at your forecast in just a little bit, along with a story about a Forest Hills teacher with 50 years of service to their school and a new face joining the News 8 team. That's all coming up in just a little bit, but we do have a few political stories to get through first, and that takes us to our first story of the day. And a new poll was released today that shows what many of us expected to find ahead of November's presidential election. The poll, conducted by Emerson College, The Hill, and Wood TV8, shows that the race between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris is in a near-dead heat. 50% of the voters polled said that they intend to vote for Harris, with 47% going to Trump, and the poll's margin of victory is just over 3%, making this a statistical tie in the battleground state. The poll also showed another close race for the open Senate seat coming up this November, with Lisa Slotkin at 47% and Mike Rogers at 41%. And happening in Kent County today, we will be expecting a stop from the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff himself. He will be campaigning for his wife and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, the Democratic nominee for vice president. This is just the latest in a string of visits during the election season. As we can imagine, Michigan is, of course, one of those few key swing states that both parties are hoping to win come November. J.D. Vance, the Republican VP nominee, was in Big Rapids earlier this week, and Trump and Harris have both already made stops recently and are planning on more in the very coming future, with only about 70 days before November 5th's election. And now for a story that we're working on for you later on today, let's send it over to our Kalamazoo Bureau reporter, Josh Sanchez.
I'm Josh Sanchez in Kalamazoo, where a program designed to support mothers and their newborns cover prescription costs is expected to start next year. Doctors tell me a version of this program in Flint has already been a great success, with more than 900 families enrolled. We'll have more on the program and who qualifies tonight at 5 and 6.
All right, thanks, Josh. And yes, we're going to be bringing you that story along with several others coming up in all of our evening newscasts. And some good news to report. Grand Rapids Public Schools received 2 AED machines yesterday, thanks in part to a donation from Damar Hamlin. Hamlin, a defensive back for the Buffalo Bills, is most remembered for suffering cardiac arrest during a game in 2023. He was saved by an AED machine, and at this past year's NFL draft held in Detroit, he announced that he would be donating 50 of these machines to schools all across the state of Michigan. One of the devices will be going to Ottawa High School and the other to Union High School. Governor Gretchen Whitmer also signed a bipartisan bill requiring high school coaches and staff to be trained to use the machines. And in other sporting news, the 2024 Paralympic Games kicked off officially today in Paris, and there are quite a few athletes competing for the U.S., and some of them even have ties to Grand Rapids. 5 athletes, to be exact, have worked with Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital in the past on their adaptive sports teams, and were actually able to reach new heights in their athletic careers thanks to the staff there. We have more information on those athletes inside our story right now on woodtv.com. The Paralympics go from now through September 8th. And it is looking to be a little bit much of a better weather day for us than we have seen recently. Let's now send it over to Storm Teammate meteorologist Sarah Flynn with a look at your forecast.
Hey, West Michigan, a bit cloudier out there today. Partly to mostly cloudy skies will be the theme. We could catch some breaks of sunshine as we head throughout the early evening hours, but otherwise a bit gloomier. Temperatures, though, still topping off in the low 80s for a lot of us. The dew points will be in the 60s, so it will feel a touch muggy at times. But the biggest thing we'll focus on today is actually what will happen tomorrow. Friday has a marginal risk across Michigan. That's a level 1, and we could see some strong storms in the mix. The day should start off relatively dry those early morning hours, but we could start to see some of those showers and thunderstorms pass through late morning, as well as a few more firing up in the afternoon behind this cold front. Overall threat is very low. Do expect some showers, though, as you head out the door. Into your week, a gorgeous weekend, dry, sunny. We'll be in the mid-70s next week, and really no substantial chances for showers or thunderstorms.
All right, thank you, Sarah. And this next story is one that has been 50 years in the making. Larry DeBoer is celebrating his 50th year in the classroom this year as a teacher at Forest Hills Central Middle School. The social studies instructor was honored by the school during a ceremony earlier this week as well. And DeBoer says that he has no plans to retire after this milestone. He said that as long as he's healthy and enjoying it, he'll be there in the classroom helping his students. And of course, we have to end talking about one of the most exciting stories that we're going to be having all year long. And of course, it is about the return of Football Frenzy. We will have crews all over West Michigan tonight bringing you scores and highlights from 23 different games in our area. Our Daybreak crew, was also at Plainwell High School this morning for the first tailgate food drive of the season. And the students did not disappoint. 527 pounds of food were donated by the students this morning, and all of that food will go towards helping food pantries in the area. We hope that trend continues into next week and throughout the rest of the season as we try to break last year's impressive record of over 57,000 pounds of food donated in just 9 weeks. And we have a bonus story for everyone today, a new face to welcome into the News 8 family. We have a new Daybreak anchor to announce as George Smith will officially join Teresa Weekly, Matt Kirkwood, and Tom Hillen on weekday mornings. George is a news veteran with several decades of experience that's taken him to stations all across the country and even to ESPN. George will be making his official debut on Daybreak on September 3rd. And we're very excited for George to officially join our team, and almost as excited as we are for tomorrow's Daily 8. That's the next time we are going to see you. We hope you join us then. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in to this latest edition of the News 8 Live Desk. I'm Phil Penarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.